Welcome to Pillar to Post, your WWE talk show. I'm your host, Big D. Going to start things off with John Cena. John Cena, a lot of his t-shirts, you've seen his little motto, hustle, loyalty, respect. I've got a new t-shirt I'd like John Cena to wear. The motto simply says, bullshit and blowjobs. John Cena has been in way too many main events. It seems like it's just been a bunch of bullshit that he's had to kind of highlight every pay-per-view or steal the show on Raw constantly in the mix with Dolph Ziggler and everything else. Obviously, maybe, the second part of that t-shirt, the blowjobs aspect, he must be giving them backstage or something. I know the guy's worked hard for the company and he's put his time in. He's given everything he's had to come back quickly from his injuries with his rehab. But, I mean, come on, enough is enough. I'm tired of being spoon-fed Cena week after week after week. If you're not going to do a heel turn with him or something like that, take him out of the WWE title spotlight, move him somewhere else, whether it be for the IC belt or the US title, something. But this shit every week of him and CM Punk or Dolph Ziggler or whatever, it's got to go. Speaking of Dolph Ziggler, how long before you give this man the title? Countless times now they've had the storylines here where he's gone to cash in a briefcase and someone's come out to interfere. Most lately, John Cena. But, I mean, how long are you going to wait for this guy to give him the strap already? I think it's well-deserved. He's been doing a great job of keeping the fans entertained, doing a fantastic job of playing the heel. I know you already have the heel champ Big Show, so a heel-to-heel switch wouldn't be a big change in things. I just think, it's time to stop kind of having Ziggler involved in something different. Let the man cash it in either here at the Rumble or at the bare minimum, I guess, at Elimination Chamber. But he definitely needs to have the belt come into WrestleMania so that they can work up a really good storyline. And I think that he would give a 5-star quality match at Mania if given the opportunity. Speaking of good heel characters, where the hell is Mark Henry? For a while there, he had the Hall of Pain going. They were giving him a good push. He was just coming out and just hurting people, decimating people. And then it seemed like for a little bit they had him jobbing every week, and then before you know it, all of a sudden he was gone off the programming. Now, I know he's done some promotional tours for WWE. I don't know if he's been rehabbing some injuries or anything like that. I haven't read anything on there. I'm hoping he returns at Royal Rumble. Definitely like to see him come back and just start hurting people. Just start, some kind of good feud coming out, especially with, Sheamus now pretty much... they're dragging him and Big Show kind of along, and I don't know how long that's got left. I'd like to see Henry come out and do something there, whether it be feuding with Big Show. They could have maybe Henry come out, take out the Big Show in that match. Ziggler could come out and cash the briefcase in real quick afterwards. That would start a new feud between Big Show and Henry there for a bit, change it up between Big Show and Sheamus. But I would definitely like to see Henry come back, just have him just start smashing motherfuckers. Moving on to the Shield. I'd say call these guys the shit, but I've done more impressive things on the toilet than I've seen from them. I don't know what the creative team has been thinking. I don't know what Vince is thinking, giving these guys a push. There's no charisma. There's no mic skills. They don't really entertain at all. To have them at the last pay-per-view at TLC to beat your tag team champs and also in Ryback, a guy that you've been pushing for the last year, to have them lose to the Shield, I think they're completely lost right now as far as ideas and what to do with people. These guys are not that great. They're not that entertaining. And I really hope that they don't keep these guys around much longer unless they find some really creative storyline or something that they can really spice things up with. Basically, they come out, that's my cue to go take a shit because I'm just completely uninterested in what's going on the television. And I really hope they don't have them around in some type of match at Mania because a lot of people are going to be doing the same thing I've been doing. Speaking of Vince McMahon and the creative team, this PG shit has got to go. I'm sorry. I'm a guy that was around in the Attitude Era. I loved the programming back then. I love that, you never knew what you were going to see each week. You didn't have guys come out and talking about, I'm going to kick your butt and I'm really mad. No, you had guys like Austin coming out, flipping you off, speaking their mind. It was entertaining. I know you're trying to to keep some of your fan base with the children and everything like that. But the kids aren't the ones that spend all that money for the tickets. It's the parents, and the parents have to be somewhat engaged in the show, or they're not going to spend the money in the first place. Brodus Clay, this guy comes out, he dances around with the little disco ball and gets the kids in the ring. Yeah, that's great and everything, but that's going to die quick. I mean, who the hell wants to watch that? The Funkadactyls, the Naomi and the other chick, they're pretty fine, but I don't mind seeing them dance around. But this PG stuff has got to go. I'm not saying you have to get back to the full Attitude Era, but, just basically the lock that you've put on guys, I don't feel like guys really have the freedom to, create, and, they're too worried about, I better not say or do the wrong thing, may offend somebody. Who gives a shit? I'm sorry. I turn on wrestling. It's supposed to be for guys between the ages of 13 and 35. No guy between the age of 13 and 35 wants to see half of the shit that WWE is putting on right now. Bring back factions. There's this one faction at a time. Right now, I guess the faction's the Shield. Boring as hell. But bring back factions. I used to like stuff like DX versus the Nation. You had Los Boricuas, the Ministry, the Corporation. All kinds of things where you could take two factions and have multiple different storylines at the same time. It was entertaining. You didn't know what you were going to see each week. And you weren't going to have a bunch of guys come out there looking like they're on roid rage going, well, I'm going to whoop you really bad, bro. Okay, give it up. Drop the PG stuff. Get back to what made you so big and made you explode in the 90s. Just get back to quality programming. Lastly, I want to talk about the Divas. There's been some rumors of bringing back some of the older Divas because, quite frankly, the whole Divas division's kind of lacking in quality wrestling and in entertainment. You've got some fine-ass chicks in there. Eve is hot as hell. AJ Lee, they're doing pretty good with her as far as the sexy and psycho little mix there. Naomi, they kind of try to break her away a little bit from Brodus Clay and had her compete in that Divas Battle Royal for a chance at the title. But clearly you can see that the creative team doesn't really have any idea of what to do with the whole division. They don't really have a lot of quality wrestlers. I mean, they've got a lot of good-looking women, but they don't have the caliber of, say, Alita, Trish Stratus, Ivory, women that could just get the job done and still look sexy. Not to get back to and harp on the Attitude Era, but, the quality of the women's division was a lot better throughout the 90s and early 2000s. It's really kind of fell off. Basically the whole division needs an overhaul. They really need to do something. You have house shows to get the women engaged in more matches so that when they're on, the live programming, you get a higher quality match, and I just haven't seen that in a while, really. It's been very subpar. I mean, yeah, the women are hot, and they're nice to watch that way, but you kind of want to see a little bit of quality match as well, and just haven't been getting that lately. Thanks for listening to the show. I've got Royal Rumble coming up here in just a little bit. I'm excited to see who's going to make appearances at the pay-per-view. Royal Rumble is always known for having guys come back that you don't expect to see at the show. Also excited to see if Undertaker is going to make his appearance at the pay-per-view. Heard Triple H talking on Raw that the dead man was not gone, that we hadn't seen the last of him. So, this is usually the time of year where he comes back and they start getting the gears moving and see who he might challenge at WrestleMania for the streak again this year. Also with the CM Punk Rock match, as much of a fan as I am of The Rock, or I should say the old Rock, I do want to see CM Punk win that match. I don't want to see them take the title from him. I'm hoping he's physically capable of competing and continuing on till Mania with the belt. I just don't think that The Rock has the time that he needs to be able to devote 100% to the company. And I think as the champion, basically, from Rumble through Mania, you need to be at pretty much everything you can be. The house shows, the live events, programming and pay-per-views each week and month, all kinds of things hyping up Mania. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope they go in the right direction. Let Punk keep the title. Maybe they can set something else up with The Rock for Mania. But kind of excited to see the pay-per-view and see what all goes down. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, email us at chitchatify@gmail.com. Look forward to hearing back from you guys. Also, let me know if there's any topics you guys want to discuss, and we'll get back to you on our next episode. Thanks.